Hi, I'm Joel Crandall, and I'm the creator and the developer of the VOILA method. And just wanted to talk to you guys today about a few things that's been on my mind a bit. And it's interesting every time you do a new video or something like that, that people want to critique it, or oh, I wish you would have said it this way, or I would have said it that way, which is fine and it's fantastic. At least you're watching. Or they're like, well, you need to come from a more loving place or whatnot. It's just whatever view that they have. And that's well and good. It's all fantastic. Of course, we all want to come from a place of love. But what I want to talk about is I want you to understand that that's a judgment and that you are the one that's making that judgment because it's not how you would do it. So you go into, well, this is what I would say, or I can't hear the message because of the way it was delivered. Well, that's shooting the messenger and not taking the message. Can you imagine if people did that with Paul Revere, that he was yelling at me that the British were coming? He didn't say it quietly and gently and from his heart. He said, he's screaming at the top of his lungs that the British are coming. So I just find that's really cute. And what's missing with that is if you are saying that you are pure love, you're lying to yourself and you're not being authentic and having integrity within yourself. It's a place where you want to come from, absolutely, right? But you are now going to deny that you have negative thoughts once in a while, or you have bad thoughts, whatever those happen to be. That's not being authentic either. So when I make these videos, you are getting authenticity. You are getting my integrity. It's what I'm feeling in the moment, and it's what's coming out in the moment. Because once I start these videos, a lot of times it's not me thinking about what I want to say. I don't have a script or anything like that I'm listening to or reading. It's just what's coming through me to get the message out. And it might be coming through here, it might be coming through here, could be coming through here, could be coming through my soul. But you guys want to stop and make a judgment of where you think it's coming from. To me, love is too vague a word. Like, what does it even mean? Most people, if you ask people what is love, they have no definition of it. So then how can you be love if you have no definition of it, right? And love is more of a knowing anyway. And we're all here on this planet to get to know ourselves. So anytime you make a judgment of someone else, that's to help you learn about yourself, okay? And this is what I was kind of talking to and getting at in one of my posts earlier this week about people getting so stuck on the numbers. And in math, if you input poor numbers, you are not going to get a good result. Imagine if we were, shooting for the moon and we inputted incorrect numbers and then expect to reach the moon. It's not going to happen, right? So don't get so caught up in numbers. Think humans first, okay? That's what I mean by that. There's so many different things. And when people talk about intention, well, what does that mean? It has to be more specific. And I think that's what's part of the issue, or it's not so much an issue, but an observation. I'm a big observer. I'm a Gemini, so I get to see like all sides of arguments in my head, and I feel them. So it's not just black and white with me. There's more than two sides to every story. There's actually 4 or 8 sides to every story. And that's a much deeper and complex issue that I'm not going to get into here. But in being able to see both sides of things, so you can see I just lost my train of thought there, and that's okay. It may not come back. Who knows? So that's part of being human and being authentic and just speaking what's coming out. So if I lost it, I lost it. It's no big deal. But in observing, you get to sit back without judgment and just notice what's happening. It removes you from being in the cyclone so you can be outside of the cyclone to actually observe it. And I think that's what's happening right now is people are just getting so caught in their fight and flight response. They have no idea that they are in it. And they don't know how to pull back out. So they get sucked into this cyclone of social media and they just start spiraling out of control and they don't even notice it themselves. And when someone who is an observer maybe shares some information, they can only take it in that state that they're in when they're listening to or reading something, which is going to take us back to our original point of when you are making an observation or a judgment that, oh, you're not speaking from your heart, or I need more heart from you. Well, that's a judgment, and you don't know what my intention is maybe in what I am just trying to convey. I try to speak to as many different people as possible to give as many different ways of seeing things, because that's again part of the Gemini thing is you get to see things differently and you get to see more than one side of things. So it's really a gift. Actually, I love being a Gemini for that reason. It usually gets a very a negative connotation with it, but we're actually pretty brilliant minds, and we're not narrowly focused. But with intention, see, I swirl right back to where I was. So with intention, you need to give more specific intention. If I just say I'm giving you or I'm giving an intention, it means nothing. Just like, oh, I'm giving you love, it doesn't mean much. What kind of love, right? There's so many different kinds of love, and it's almost like the Eskimos having 27 or 57 words for snow or for love. It's because each aspect is different. So sit down with yourself and find out what love is to you, or how you receive love, how you give love. It's a fantastic book. It's the 5 love languages. It's a fantastic book because you get to learn about yourself and how you receive love, and then also how you give love or how you express it. Okay. And in part of being authentic and integrity is you're in the moment, right? I'm not going in here going, well, oh, I need to talk about this or I need to do this. No, I have a semblance or an idea of what maybe I want to talk about, but then whatever comes out just comes out. All right. It's coming from an authentic place is all you need to know. It's coming from a place of integrity. I'm not trying to sell you anything. The only thing I try to sell you on is becoming the best you that you are capable and have the potential of being. And I hate that word potential, but in this case it actually works, because we all have this tremendous potential, but there's one person that's holding you back, and that's you. It's you. You are the one holding you back. And then you try to hold other people back by saying, oh, you're not speaking from your heart, or you're not doing this, or you're not doing that. That's your opinion, which is the lowest form of knowledge there is. Okay? Knowledge is more of a knowing. It's a feeling. And it's kind of more like what love is. It's a feeling, it's a knowing. But there's love of a mother for her son, and that's different from a mother for her daughter. A dad toward his son, a dad toward his daughters. My love for dogs, my love for other humans, my love for friends. So I just gave you 10, 12 different forms of love that you were talking about there. But when you're coming from your authentic self and Most people don't know who their authentic self is, and that's part of that human experience, is to study yourself and to learn about yourself, and that's going to be a lifelong thing. So this video that I'm doing in this moment, in 10 minutes, might be a totally different video. I might say something totally different. That's why, I try to express things in many different ways as possible until it's heard from whatever attendee or audience needs to hear it at that time in that moment. And a lot of times things are said where you're not even sure why you said them in the moment, but down the road you might go, oh, that's why I said that. But that's part of that listening to that intuition. And I know I'm kind of rambling here, but it all just kind of ties in together. I'm just going to tell you a quick story. I went on a drive just because the noise was getting too loud in my head. So I decided to go for a drive, and it kind of calms me down, quiets my mind a bit. And I drove up to the Sequoia National Park, and I got up to the booth to pay, and I decided not to go in. So I U-turned and I left. And on the way home, my car breaks down. So I had this, in my head, like, something's telling me don't go into the park, and I didn't know why, but it was just an intuition. I listened to it, I U-turned, and I started heading home. And about an hour and a half away from home, my car dies on the freeway. Turned out to be, fortunately, no accident, which is very thankful for that. But it turned out to just be the fuel line disconnected from the fuel pump. And I was very fortunate that I was able to fix it and not get stranded a couple hours from home. So I was able to put it back together and get me back home. But if I didn't listen to that intuition and try to go into that understanding of why did I have that thought, I would have been stuck inside Sequoia National Park at night, unprepared, right? With basically no tools, no clothes, no cell phone service to get help. All right. So it's one of the few times that I actually listen to that intuition, listen to that authentic voice to do something, to go against something I really wanted to do. I really wanted to go into this park, and I wanted to go and explore and just be with the trees. But something just said, not today, not today. When you're your authentic self, you get to show all your bad bits, you get to show all your good bits, right? It's like Tony Robbins says, if you want to blame your parents for everything that's wrong, then you damn well better blame them for everything that they did well. That's one of my favorite lines and things from Tony Robbins, whether you like him or not. I just think that one is huge, that little tidbit of knowledge there. So anyway, I just wanted to come on here and just talk about authenticity and integrity. The VOILA method comes from a place of integrity. I'm not trying to sell you anything. I'm not trying to sell you a bill of goods. I'm not trying to sell you a bunch of products. I'm not a snake oil salesman. Never have been, never will be. The only goods I am selling you is to get you to find your soul, to be your authentic self, the best self that you can be. And if that rings for you, it's something that you want to explore and be on this journey, and the journey is for you. It's really cute. People think that by studying VOILA, it's helping their clients, and it is. It's doing things with my clients that I could have never dreamed that I can do with clients. I literally have not found anything in VOILA that I haven't been able to help. And that's God's honest truth. Because I can't think of a better word, but mistake just popped in my head. I think the biggest mistake that people think that they're coming to a VOILA seminar to help heal all their clients. Healing your clients is a byproduct of coming to a VOILA method, a VOILA method seminar. Because you're really there for yourself. You're there to help heal yourself so you can turn around and help others. That's how we get exponential growth in Voila. This is what I'm looking for. I am looking to help you be the best you that you can be. So then the byproduct of that, and you knowing who you are going to be able to go and help your clients that much better. So helping your clients is actually a byproduct of Voila. I just realized that today. So that's kind of the reason why I'm doing this video is, people literally, they come into the class and I get to watch all this from the front is I'll start talking about some of the things that we do with Voila, and they start instantly thinking about, how's this going to help my mom? How's this going to help my dad? How's this going to help my kids? How's this going to help X client? How's this going to help Z client? And they forget about they're actually there for themselves. They don't realize it. But that's what it is. Voila is to help you heal yourself, to get back to your soul path, to be the best you that you can be in that moment. Again, I'm going to be a different person in 10 minutes from a different moment. So anyway, I got some food that I'm cooking on the grill. It's about time to turn it. So I'm going to go do that. Hope you guys enjoy your weekend. Use this beautiful time in 2020 to look within yourself instead of playing the blame game of, oh, they. Look at yourself. Look at yourself. That's where the real healing happens. Happens one person at a time, and it starts with you. Have a great day.